Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this momentous occasion. Yes? You heard that right. This is JRPG Historia Future Perfect, the show that, despite its absences, simply will not die. I am your time
Yep.
captain, Evan, joined as always by Space Quartermaster Ryan.
And Shalika. That's all I got.
Remember that?
I'm checking out, you guys.
And as sometimes by virtual stowaway, Kyle Locke.
Today's episode is going to be full of long, dramatic pauses.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's what you made it feel like at the beginning there. Like, just
Where the
All right,
fuck
so-
do I go?
go up the elevator thingy.
Oh, we're
I don't
playing.
remember if we
We're playing.
did. We already talk to Fina.
Skies of Arcadia, by the way. We might have talked to Fina. We'll see what happens.
If okay,
Skies of Arcadia is a Japanese role-playing game that came out for the Sega Dreamcast, and we're checking it out, taking a look.
go talk to. Okay.
Hello, Aika.
Yeah, I think we already did talk to. Or you know what? No, maybe we didn't. I don't know.
Aika, let's rap. What do you want to talk about? That's not what I meant by rap.
Oh.
I'm a sky pirate. I stay up however late I want, and I eat
I
candy
was
for
told,
breakfast.
you know, you guys were up late, and
Yeah.
that's right. Tomorrow is the big fight
Oh
with
boy.
Galcian.
When you say big fight, might you mean big final fight?
No,
Okay.
nice
Man-
try.
A man's gotta try. Well, you know, this is sort of a bigger deal than the other stuff we do normally.
Yeah, we're talking like end of the world shit here. So
Let's sympathize. I'm scared too.
There
Oh
you go.
man, Vice leaning back like the coolest motherfucker in the world. Hey, don't worry.
because he
about it.
is.
Don't worry about it.
You think he's smoking a jazz cigarette
I'm
right now?
sca- I'm scared too. Take a hit off this blunt.
just kind of, you know.
Yep. Aika, when you're staring down the end of the world, there's only one thing you can do. Blaze glazed.
And then stare down the end of this sweet, sweet doobie.
Stare down the end of the light tunnel. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, that would make sense, seeing as we're basically like partners in sky crime.
Basically, yeah.
It's always time for. It's always open for sky crime.
Yep. See, that's all I'm here for. Make you feel better. I would. I mean, look, you're gonna win, Vice, but I wouldn't be so sure of that.
I don't know. Maybe.
Galcian's
Nice.
tasked with like killing a couple 12-year-olds. Like, it's not. It really should be a lot easier than it is.
Also, he doesn't really know that we're coming after him tomorrow. So I don't know.
Yeah.
He might not be in fear because he just doesn't know it's coming.
Yeah. that's
He's freaking the
Once-
fuck out, you guys.
Galcian wakes up in a cold sweat. He has no idea why.
He's just like,
Oh, what the fuck?
oh shit.
Whoa.
You need to lean into that more, Vice. Turn your head a little bit.
What does that mean? Make history. What? No. Not good night. That was a big deal. Hang on. We need to talk
Vice-
about this. Where are relationships at? Fuck. She's gone.
All right, go back down the elevator.
Now Vice goes down a hallway, and on one side is Fina's room, and on the other side is Aika's.
Right.
He has to make a choice.
Head over to the end of the island over there.
He takes a heavy sigh and walks into Drachma's. Okay.
Just, I had an affinity for you.
Yeah.
Remember how you killed Drachma?
No, I didn't
Yeah.
do that, actually. I let him go. Where are we going?
to the very end of the island over there. So you gotta head around.
Oh,
the side
you
of
mean the peak of the island?
the peak of the island? Yeah, the tallest part of the island.
Yeah.
That part.
Okay. Kyle, could you roll up on your mic a little bit?
Sure thing.
Get all up in that sweet, sweet goodness, Kyle.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Fina. You gonna kiss me on the cheek?
Or are
One
you
on the
gonna
right
hold
cheek,
out?
One on the left cheek.
What's happening?
Hey,
Fina, I'm desperate for this, please.
Okay,
I need as much validation as I can get while I'm still alive.
This is really bad for Fina, because this is clearly an Ica rebound right now.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
so you love Ramirez.
Oh yeah, Ramirez. Wah, wah, wah. Fuck Ramirez. Never did nothing for nobody. That's not necessarily true. Maybe we can just beat him up real bad like everybody else in this game. That is... Okay, I was joking before about Vice getting blaze glazed, but look at that expression.
Fina, you're blowing my mind.
High out of his fucking gourd right now.
I do not. I don't even know what's going on.
Fina, have you seen my hand?
Look at it, it's got four...
Got up and walked away. I don't know. It was like an Addams Family thing.
Yeah.
It's real freaky.
To what extent? I'm getting a lot of mixed signals. It's very late and I'm very stoned. So, something's gotta give here.
Are we heading down to Pone Town or am I taking the train to Ica's? You decide, Fina.
Vice is just gonna sit on the bench after both of them have gone to sleep, eating an enchilada and weeping.
Then starts slowly masturbating, sadly.
You took it too far.
What, sad masturbation is too much for you?
Yeah, too much for me.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm of two minds about this.
Oh, you gotta do the second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta play the field
Well-
here, man.
I guess... Okay,
Yeah.
real talk. Pretty sure Vice and Ica are the real item here. Are we in agreement about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, I feel very
I-
passionately about this.
I just don't feel like you're gonna get this type of choice with Ica.
Well, it's not really a choice, though. Nothing's gonna change. This isn't Persona 4. I'm not gonna S-link up with her.
Well, I mean, your title will change depending on.
That's a good point. My title is a pretty big deal.
It is
And your
a pretty
title,
big-
if you choose that second one, your title will be kind of rapey.
Vice the Coward will be the top choice. Is what if you go with that one? So.
Wait, Vice the Coward is the top choice?
Right. If you went with the top
Yeah,
choice.
because this is the baller move.
Right. That's the one he wants to go with.
I mean, hey, you gotta comfort her somehow, right?
Hey,
But let's just hold on.
You can put your arm around a friend. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's just think about where Vice is coming from here.
Have you ever hugged a friend, Evan?
Yeah. Side note.
friend who sorely
I've
needed
never hugged a person in my life. That being said,
Just pick the second one.
no, I think we have to have an actual discussion about this.
This is gonna be the longest sequence.
Oh
of
man,
need
we're
to-
never gonna beat this game at this point.
No,
It's gonna be 5 episodes of us debating. hotly
Exactly.
about-
I
yeah.
am-
We're gonna hit that 723.
We're not even gonna load up like the game anymore. It'll just be PowerPoints for the next 3 episodes.
For people who don't even know what I'm referencing, we almost accidentally. Evan almost say this is episode 723, and I was like, that's probably about right.
yeah. I'm finally engaging with Skies of Arcadia on a profound level here. It's taken 72 episodes.
I was saying it took a while.
But here we are. This is Skies of Arcadia in its purest form. There's some sorrowful music in the background. We're all about to die. I have a choice here. I feel like...
You're about to die. Let's be the most comforting person that we can.
Yeah, I feel like this
Without
doesn't have
words.
to be. This doesn't have to be a romantic gesture.
Exactly.
Okay,
It's
no.
just
Between...
an act of comfort.
Hold on. We're under no illusion. You're just trying to trick me. Between say comforting words and say nothing and just put your arm around her, you know which one of those has a romantic connotation.
I've been in
I've put my-
situations where I found the best thing to do to make somebody feel better is just shut up and hug them.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not coming at this from a place of what would make her feel best. I'm coming at this from a place because I think the say nothing would probably make her feel better because she's clearly sort of into us. But I think what Vice has to I think that last scene with Aika was the turning point in Vice where he finally sees Aika in a different light. And I
I
think
don't disagree, but he can still see Fina in a friend enough light that he risked his life to save her time and time again, to the point where he feels comfortable hugging her without any romantic connotation.
But it's not a hug, I think. It's gonna be like I sidle up next to her and sort of drape my arm over her shoulders.
I mean, I still don't think that that's necessarily going for a romantic vibe at all. Like, that can still be put as just a friendly gesture.
I agree with you, distanced from the systems of the game, which I think are clearly signaling that it's a romantic gesture. I mean...
Well, once we start playing
that's
to
an
the
assumption,
game's
like-
expectations, then what are we even doing?
Right.
You raise a good point. Alright, so are we all in on just put your arm around her?
Yes.
I feel like
Yep.
I'm not going to win this argument. Okay.
Hey, it was the right choice anyway.
Is turn to each other, smash to black the morning after.
Cue up that meme with the anime lady with the birth
Yeah.
controlled, or the pregnancy test and the finger pointing to it.
What is that from? I keep seeing that everywhere, and I'm like, what?
Somebody ripped it just from like a still image and then has just placed it over images of different anime women.
Yeah, I've seen it
And
a couple
sometimes
times. I'm
men.
like, yeah, I've seen it a couple times. I'm just like, what? Where? Why? Okay.
See? Purely friendly.
Fuck you.
There was no
Can't-
no Christmas Persona 4 connotations there.
Well, yeah, they didn't slyly refer to them fucking, but that's not the only romantic thing to do. Jesus.
I don't know what your definition of romance is, Evan, but it's clearly different from mine.
Alright. Bigger fish to fry.
All right.
Let's
it's
go
time
kill all the Galcians in the castle.
Let's go. Let's save real quick.
Okay.
We need a giant turtle for the
Yeah.
second.
That's a little error not found crossover humor for you.
It is.
Those solemn few who understand the joke will be rewarded aplenty.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
I'm not one of them, but
Yeah, no, it's deliberate. Wait, hang on. Nope, this isn't at all what I wanted to do.
this isn't where we're supposed to be anyway. So,
I'm saluting.
but
right
we
now.
can salute it one last time before we leave.
I am actually physically saluting this right now.
I did too. So
The fucking Picasso that created that wants to get in your pants. Just think of that.
That's a good point. Okay, let's...
17, man. Hormones.
That's true. Also,
right.
according to most 50s pop standards, the sexiest age.
Alrighty then.
I'm not making this up. Basically, every 50s pop standard is all about how, like, the weird 38-year-old male singer really wants to fuck a 17-year-old. It is everywhere, and it is very unpleasant. Where am I
Literally, she was just 17, if you know what I mean.
going? Yeah, what the fuck
Right.
is that? Okay, where am I going?
I think you're actually supposed to be going down into the like the cave area where the ship's at.
Got it. Consider it done, Kyle.
Aye, aye.
Aye, Captain. Alright. this way, I believe.
Yep. Well, either one actually. But
So we should, before we finish this game, we should probably mop up all of the side content, right?
Yes.
yeah, go for 100% completion.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
Can we
thereabouts.
even at this point?
No.
That should have sailed. Heyo! I didn't even mean to make a pun out of that, but I did.
Oof.
Because we're getting on a ship.
Yeah.
Let's go. Where are we headed? Where's
That's
Galcian?
deep. I think it's just a cutscene.
Alright then.
Yeah. Look at all those ships.
There's a lot of ships.
We have our own armada.
Gilder's here.
He's probably leaning over like, I was awake last night.
And,
I saw what you did.
yeah, it was...
Good on you.
Good
Good on you.
Good, good job.
That's probably what he'd be saying.
Yes, absolutely. Whoa. It's okay, that's not a good reason.
Oh, Baltimore.
If we're gonna win, we need strategy.
Yeah, I don't think he's really big on that.
Yeah.
Just a guess.
So Kyle, how much of this game do you think we really have left? Hours wise.
Hours wise.
15.
Look, Skies of Arcadia doesn't really even start until you hit about 35 hours.
It doesn't even start until you put your arm around Fina.
That's
I
when
know,
you can
Chris.
start doing your light levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say probably anywhere between 3 and 5 hours.
Okay. That's why I like
5
to
to
hear.
7.
Yeah, probably 5 to 7 for this. If we have debates like we do,
Hey, if there's more choices that involve either hooking up with Ica or Fina, we might have to.
right,
I mean,
right.
look, I'm not, now that I've made this concession, I'm not gonna budge. Yeah, Ica forever.
Yes, but there's another one of these Fina choices too that can present itself as vaguely friendly.
What I'm saying, Ryan,
It just shows up again.
is that in the parallels
Like, yeah, that's totally
here,
a friendly thing.
in the parallels here, one of these characters is clearly the Chie to the other's Yukiko, and I'm gonna let you figure out
Oh,
who's who.
I'm all for Ica in this as
Uh-huh.
compared to my wrong choice in Persona 4.
Yeah, you're objectively wrong. The
My
only
objectively
objectively
wrong
wrong
choice.
opinion. Okay, let's make history or onward to victory.
Onward to victory. Has to be. No.
I kind of like
'Cause-
let's make history.
Yeah, because Ica said that last night, and she'll be like,
That's what I
oh.
was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah.
So that's like a Ica connection moment.
I hope after I press A, it's gonna cut to Ica being like, "You remembered." Damn it. Fuck you, Skies of Arcadia. 2 out of 5. All right. Now it's time for the 90-minute ship battle.
It's gonna be a
Settle
lengthy.
in, viewers. One
Yep,
episode.
It's gonna be lengthy. That's Galcian ship, the Hydra.
Is it filled with
It's
Nazis
filled with Nazis.
and Kevin Spacey?
Have I talked about that on this show?
Not
How much I hate that? Okay.
No.
So,
What?
everybody's all about the current state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which, fine. Fine, some of those movies are good.
Okay.
I watched the latest Captain America, which everybody raved about, and I sat there on social media while people incessantly tweeted #Hail Hydra, and I was like, I'm not a comics guy, I don't know what the fuck that means. So I went into Captain America being like, okay, this is gonna blow me away. There's some sort of Hydra thing, like a twist, and then I go see the movie, and the twist is just that fucking Nazis are controlling everything. Fuck it.
I'm a little more concerned about the Hail Hydra hashtag.
Yeah. Like, what the it's...
That's weird.
God. Because they say it in the movie at one point. a guy says
Right.
like "Hail Hydra," and then everybody latched onto it, and it's just like, no, you guys don't get. This is the laziest enemy design on the face of narrative planets. It's Nazis.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed that movie, but the hashtag
The movie has
weird.
merit. The fucking fuck the Hydra. Fuck the Nazi.
And then do you
Well,
care
I think
about
we're all
advan-
on the same page.
I
there.
know. I mean, I'm not saying fuck Nazis as in like fuck Nazis, because obviously fuck Nazis, but Nazis as like a narrative device in that way
Oh.
are just so overplayed. And everybody was so into it, and I watched, and I was like, you people are fucking insane.
Wasn't there a movie that came out not too long ago about Nazis on the moon?
No, that came out a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
Schindler's List.
That came out a couple years ago. I think they're making a sequel to it.
Really?
Yes.
They're
I remember
making a
seeing the
sequel to
commercial and I was just
Schindler's
like, that
List.
is the most ridiculous thing, but I kind of want to see it.
Is Spielberg on board?
Yeah, it was like the Nazis kidnapped this one guy from Earth who was going to. It's like set in present day, whenever the movie came out, like 20.
Yeah, like the Nazis make their
10
return
or
after so many years.
Well, the thing is, they have been hiding on the moon with 1940s technology for the past 60, 70 years. And
So
then
it's
one
like-
astronaut goes to the moon with a cell phone, and they take the cell phone, and they're like, this is fucking insane. So they base all of their new technology off of like a single cell phone.
So
Yeah.
it's like that
Iron
island in...
Sky is what it's called.
Yes.
It's like that island in Just Cause 2. That is a deep cut reference.
It is.
Came out in 2012.
This is it. Whoa, Dutch angle.
Yeah.
Slam.
Here we go.
So yeah, there's also
Strap
Nazis
in.
in Advanced Warfare, the new Call of Duty game.
Really?
Fuck
Wow.
no.
Yes.
God damn it. Cause you just paint yourself into this corner where like all great villains in history, they either have to be played by somebody who's really good at playing someone who's evil, or they have to have some dimension to them that's not like wholly evil. They need to have some sort of motive unto themselves, and you can't do that with Nazis. You
Yeah.
can't give Nazis a motive that is interesting. They just have to be Nazis, because if you gave them a motive that's interesting, you're fucking sympathizing with Nazis, and that's not cool. So then it's just like a get out of jail free card of having to write an interesting like villain backstory. It's just like, no, they're Nazis. So, yep, Nazis, done.
What? So do you hate Raiders?
Raiders, I think, is a little... I like that movie. I mean, Raiders is calling back to a very specific, like, sort of 40s serial vibe in a way that, like, Captain America wasn't. The thing that annoyed me about Captain America was both that the public positioned it as this, like, twist that I should be really impressed by, and sort of the themes of the movie had to do with, like, Captain America being ostracized by the modern world, but then you find out that he's just fighting the same enemy he fought before he was frozen, and it's like, what does that mean thematically?
Well, wait till Civil War when Captain America is ostracized from the modern world and his new enemy is Nazi Iron Man.
Sounds pretty good.
Actually-
X-cannons, huh? I forgot
He's
I
not
bought
Nazi,
these.
but he's
Yep.
still-
X-cannons.
I am looking forward to that new Avengers movie, though.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Because my
Trailer
Joss Whedon
soon.
love knows no bounds. So I'll go see that.
Yeah. Definitely super excited to see
Got
that
that
one.
big Iron Man suit. Punches the Hulk with.
The Hulkbuster.
The Hulk Buster. You know, sometimes Hulk just gotta get busted.
I'm very interested
Alright,
to see
one
what they
ship
do
down.
with. Wow, that was quick.
How many ships
Yeah.
are there? I guess
wanna
that's the
say
real question.
3 before we get to the Hydra.
Okay.
How many wrong choices did you make in the game? That's how it. That's how
yes,
it
based
shifts.
on that.
Oh, you put your arm around Fina. He and Ica are meant to be together. Here's another boss.
Yeah. We're about to steer you another 10 hours away from the end of the game.
Oh my god. You know, Kyle, I just want to let you know it would be a real funny joke if there were like 40 more hours to this game. You would really have nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish that was the case.
At that point, we'd be reaching like Persona 3 length, and there are not many games that can sustain that length.
So Kyle, speaking of Persona,
Yes, I know.
I'm pretty sure we sent a tentative update date of like December or thereabouts.
I should be able to start recording it at least in December.
And yeah, we'll have more info on that.
Yeah. I move later this month, and then I will be getting everything set up for like my internet connection and stuff. So
are you staying in state or moving to a different state?
staying in state, yeah. I'm moving closer to my job, so
Okay.
so
That's
I
a
will be
smart
getting
idea.
all that hooked up and hopefully have faster internet speeds and everything. So it'll be nice.
Are you moving to Kansas City for the Google
No.
Fiber?
I wish. Or Austin.
Yeah, it's in Provo, and for a while I was thinking, like, should I? Because I bet the Starbucks in Provo have it. Should I just drive to Provo sometime?
Just to see?
Just to know?
Right.
Stream video games out of a Starbucks.
Is AT&T fiber nationwide now, or is that just certain cities?
I think it's certain cities because it's not offered here, I don't believe.
I have not heard of AT&T Fiber. Is it?
It's
comparable?
just
Some
the answer to
companies-
Google Fiber.
Yeah, some companies are actually starting to finally do like fiber stuff to try and catch up. None of them are nearly as good. Like they're usually like I think 1 to 300 megabits or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
but
forget that.
but they charge like the same price
Yeah.
as Google Fiber, of course, or even maybe even more because Google Fiber isn't technically there yet, so they charge higher until it does.
Okay.
But people are thinking that once if fiber becomes the norm, Google just pulls out, and like that was their plan all along.
Yeah,
Just like
that's
to get
actually-
everybody else to do fiber,
right, to get everybody on there and like.
which would be a really good trick by Google, by
Yeah,
the way.
it would be great because they're losing money on that right now. So it's that's the hope.
I mean, the whole payment process of that is just designed for them to lose money.
yeah,
Because you could do like, isn't it like a $700 one-time install or something? And like
I don't
that's,
think it's less than
I don't know
that.
the install. I just know it's like 70 a month.
Yeah.
I
for
thought
the
there was
actual-
like a pretty high, like in the hundreds number that you could just pay once and then never have to pay monthly again.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I didn't know about that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like the sort of thing that would inherently lose money on the sort of micro scale they've been doing it. But you know, if it were competitive and everywhere, I bet they'd probably make some money off it.
Some
Yeah.
buku bucks.
Boo-hoo Dolores.
So
Gosh.
gigabit internet, $70 a month, $300 construction fee.
Hmm.
Hmm. But yeah, in this area we don't have any fiber stuff really. Oh wait, no, one provider is looking to do fiber in like the next year or so, but it's going to be like $150 or something.
I'm holding out for that Comcast fiber. I made myself sad.
God knows we could all use a little more Comcast in our lives.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You want to make a deal with the devil? Just sign this Comcast contract.
Yeah, where I'm moving, it's like, what is Time Warner and own Comcast or anything like that, or is
No, I'm
are
pretty
they
sure
still
they're-
two separate companies?
They're separate.
Okay.
This video brought to you by Comcast Xfinity.
But yeah, like my choices are like Comcast, Time Warner,
Mhm.
and like one local place that's like 10 megabits.
I have
Have you had
basically-
Time Warner?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I have Time Warner as an option. I think it's
'Cause-
just like Comcast, and then I could get like satellite, like
Right.
direct TV.
I could do Comcast or Verizon. I'm just like 2 states away from Time Warner.
Basically, yeah, like all our choices in this area are pretty much shit, more shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Comcast ain't
It's
great.
basically a choice of which is the worst or the
Yeah,
the
it's
less
pick your
evil.
poison.
Comcast notably, possibly behind that time on Halloween when we tried to stream Majora's Mask and couldn't.
Really.
I mean, it's either that or Twitch.
It really seemed like Twitch.
I guess it could have been.
I was streaming on Halloween too. I didn't have any problems though.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because everything was coming fine over Skype and everything. It was
Yeah.
just
Right. Yeah, I was live streaming Slender the Arrival, and I went back and watched it because when we did Extra Life, we had some really weird frame rate problems where we'd be dropping frames every few seconds.
Mm.
But yeah, the Slender the Arrival, my stream of that was almost crystal clear. So
Oh, that's good.
I had a lot of fun this Extra Life. I'm definitely going to try to take off like the 2 days surrounding and the day of Extra Life.
yeah, it's so much fun.
We definitely had our shit together a lot better this Extra Life than we did last Extra Life.
It seemed that way. When I came in briefly to kind of watch for a little bit before I nodded off again.
Yeah.
There's so much fucking fibbage.
We played a lot. That was probably the darkest it got. Was we started playing Fibbage like from midnight my time to like 3, and we were into
You know what,
5.
though? Everybody who was watching loved it.
Yeah,
so.
they were really into it. That was like we had 17 viewers at one point playing Fibbage like in the middle of the night,
Nice.
which was more than we had for most of it, and that's fun because you know everybody can join in with the room code.
Right.
But at a point like I remember specifically the point in the night at which the switch went off in my brain where I stopped playing because Fibbage has you can win Fibbage by just playing it well, or you can get this like cup, which is even if you don't fool anybody, somebody can still give you a like if they think your answer is funny. And so I just started going for the cup exclusively, and
then it just turned into like 6 people going for the cup, and then me
Yeah.
and one other person doing for the actual thing.
and then it just turned into who can crack the best jokes, and it was getting pretty dark.
Yeah.
When you said dark, I thought you meant dark as in like you were all starting to nod off, but no.
I
guess
well,
not.
I was kind of for a while I was playing in a sort of trance state where the only thing I was doing was turning to my browser and like thinking up punchlines to jokes, and it was I mean there was definitely a darkness in that.
Nice.
There was that's all archived too if you go to our YouTube channel at Ever Not Found or on the website, we've linked to it basically every moment. I mean, the darkest the stream got was the Fallout New Vegas couple hours I did with Matthew, which, yeah, that's something to watch. Anyways.
I still need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, it's something.
All right, so the Hydra here is pretty powerful. It's
A
gonna
little
hurt you quite a bit.
It seems fine.
So be pretty defensive with this. I mean, like you have been being defensive and focusing until you need to use the cannon, the Moonstone cannon. I mean, that's about your best bet. Is just going to be super conservative.
I'm gonna start using my complete kits, I think.
Okay.
Because I mean we're pretty near the end of the game here. I don't know how many more ship battles there will really be.
After this, there is one big ship battle, but all the other ones are like small ones that we won't need to have any items for. So
Alright.
Is the final boss a ship battle, or is that a?
no, it's not.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
I mean, it could be a Space Jesus ship battle.
I mean, I hope this game subscribes to the Space Jesus principle. We'll see. I have a feeling it won't, based on the tone of where it's headed. But you know,
Mhm.
we'll.
I won't. I will not say anything until we get there. So
No, the Queen's gonna turn into Space Jesus.
Yes.
she be resurrected from the Valia graves.
Yeah, the definition of a Space Jesus is pretty loose. It's a lot like pornography. You know it when you see it.
Fair enough.
Cannons, ho!
Alright,
Gonna fuck you up, Hydra.
Yeah. Also, again, don't forget, before you use the Moonstone Cannon, or the turn before, maybe cast, whatever the
Yeah, I
magic
forget
is
what it's
that
called.
makes you stronger.
Okay.
Nah, that's a waste of a turn.
Oh boy, this thing is powerful.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a bit of doing.
It's gonna take a while. It's a tank, that's for sure.
Ooh.
And then I think like halfway through the battle, it quote unquote changes form.
But
So-
like not new health bar, right?
No, not new health bar.
Yeah, that's a weird sound for a ship to make. So Kyle,
Yes,
I recently saw that you went to a wedding.
I did.
Did you pee in any stairwells?
I did not.
Okay.
Why?
Because I recently went to a wedding where that happened.
Oh,
It's a
well
good
done.
story. He not only did he pee down them, he tripped down them first.
I had to go. I couldn't wait for the elevator. The closest bathroom was
God.
4 floors down.
Oh god.
I was extremely inebriated, and
No.
I just thought, hey, you know what? Let me just run down the stairs real quick. Tripped. Got up. The jostling around made me need to go to the bathroom so bad that I just dropped trowel. Not so much drop trowel, just undid my pants and peed in the corner of a stairwell.
Oh my.
I didn't
bad-
do that. That's never
Yeah.
something I've done.
No, no, never done anything like that. Didn't do that at the wedding. No.
Not proud of it.
You
I
sure
mean,
like telling
I drank
it,
a
though.
lot, but no.
Yeah. I mean,
that
look,
that
I'm,
whole
I'm-
weekend was just nothing but a lot of drinking.
I'm wasted all the time, but I just keep my shit in check. I can handle it.
Yeah, so anytime I'm on vacation, it's always just
Yeah.
like when I went down to Florida, we went to this like resort and there were like 6 different bars. It's just like, all right, well, 1 bar a day, I guess, and we're just like, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, give me that focus.
But yeah, went to New York. Cousin got married, and that was a really awesome reception and everything.
New York.
New York City or upstate?
It was what was the place? It wasn't New York City. It was like I want to say an hour away from New York City.
Okay.
But we did actually make a quick trip over to New York City. We were gonna go check out the 9/11 museum, but
Fun.
it was like
That's a spirit lifter.
yeah. Well, my mom and dad were just like, you know, we should check this out. Okay,
Yeah,
fair
that
enough.
I visited I visited New York, and my mom felt similarly. And then I got there, and I felt kind of, I don't know. I guess it's up to you guys how bad this is.
Oh boy.
I really got sick of waiting in the line for the 9/11 memorial. Like,
wow.
to the point where I was sort of really not into it. To the point where I got inside and I was like, well, this wasn't worth it.
Well, we went out there and I saw the sign that said like groups are taken in like every half hour or something, and then it
Mhm.
said it's like a 2-hour tour or something, and I was just like,
Two.
So-
two.
yeah, it's like, so this is, you know, the length we were gonna be waiting here, and my parents were just like, yeah, we don't have time to be waiting here for that long,
Yeah.
so we ended up just going to the 9/11 tribute center instead.
Okay. Yeah.
Evan, I have a question unrelated to how awful of a person you are for not wanting to wait in the line.
Aw,
for the
damn
9/11.
it.
What year were you born in, Evan?
1985.
Because I'm curious as to if you remember where you were when 1911.
When 1911.
1911 happened. I was pretty long dead by then. Pre-dead.
I don't know, man. I was pretty out of it.
Yeah.
That in
Um,
1911.
I was pretty
was
fucking
pre-dead.
wasted. Yeah. I was back when I was a vampire. I was, yeah, I do.
Okay.
I was not I was half awake.
Okay.
I remember.
Oh yeah, I guess that would have been much earlier in the day for you.
Yes. I was half
Sounds-
awake. My mother was watching it on the television. I was not very cognizant of what was going on. And,
I got
yeah.
out of school early, and my dad took me and my sister to a Seasons Pizza instead of taking us home like advised.
That sounds
Yeah,
better.
Yeah, we left early, but I think I was in like second period or something like that when they turned the TVs on, and then it was like, oh. And
Yeah,
then,
I don't think I made it to school. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
it
was in.
before.
I think it was in my history class. We were just watching that all happen.
Right,
So.
but you're both like dinosaurs.
I just remember my first time ever seeing the actual footage of the planes hitting the buildings was sitting in a seasoned pizza eating a pepperoni pizza and looking at the TV and just thinking it was a show.
Yeah.
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 Well,
it was pretty unreal.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a good pick-me-up. Now let's play this game where you fly warships at other warships and blow them up.
Oh god.
The background of this fight makes me think it's like Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Like the climactic
Terrible,
battle
you
there
mean?
with all the ships.
This makes you think the Skies of Arcadia is awful and tedious.
Yes, I haven't seen that one, so.
That one's bad. Not advised.
Which one is that even? I don't even know.
It is at World's End.
World's End, not to be confused with The World's End, which is a good movie. But at World's End.
Is the World's End the Seth? Or was it?
Simon Pegg.
Oh, that's the Simon Pegg one. And then
Yes.
there's.
Then
The
there's
other one.
oh geez, what's that called? The Seth Rogen, James Franco.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
Um,
What, that came
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a movie that has come out or has not?
Yeah, it's the one that has a very similar title. It's the
This is the
This is
This is the end.
Okay. That's not that similar.
No, it was supposed to be it was originally very similar,
Hmm.
but Simon Pegg and I think it was Seth Rogen actually had talked, and Simon Pegg was like, "Okay, just change it," and they were like, "Okay."
Okay.
They realize they're like, oh, yeah, we have kind of the same title
Yeah.
here.
They're coming out very close to each other.
Let's see here.
Boy, this is taking a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long one.
It's rough news because I'm starting to get sick in the throat, so try to deal with this as best I can, but yeah.
Yeah, say you got to take care of this, and then we're gonna board the ship, and then we've got a dungeon style place we got to go through, and then we've got the boss fight with Galcian.
Well, yeah.
Which is
So-
obviously the final boss fight.
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
final
there will be a save point at some point between those. Where I can save, and you must be joking.
Yeah, no, there it is.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure my
One make you
throat,
sweat just for a little.
I'm pretty sure my throat would die if I had to do this too much longer tonight.
So everybody ready for hoverboards now in 2015?
It's not real.
Well, I mean, it is real. It's just not what
Super.
we want.
It's never gonna be real.
You don't think they'll ever invent hoverboards?
I mean, they will, but it's not gonna be satisfying, and it's probably after I die. Probably the day after I die.
Geez,
I'm like, well, I guess we're ready. Bring it out.
See, my worry is that like we get to the age of like 80 and up,
Mhm.
and then they finally discover like how to like just inject immortality into people, but like, you're 80, so you don't want to be immortal as an 80-year-old.
You know, I don't know that immortality in practice is really all it's cracked up to be.
Given the option, I would totally choose to be immortal.
That's...
I mean, I
I
don't know if I want to. I would say that I would like to be immortal.
I mean, if I would...
I would like to live long enough to make sure I accomplish things that I want to do.
Sure. I would be
And
happy
that's it.
to live longer than the generous 52 years I'll give myself. But,
That's generous.
yeah, I think I mean, I guess if I was immortal in a world with more immortal people, I just don't want to fucking deal with, like, everybody around me dying. Like, I don't want to be, like, an immortal 50-year-old who's like, oh, new generation, new batch of kids coming up. In 20 years, I can make friends with them. I can watch them die and move on to the next one. Like, that sounds hideous. But I guess if I had a stable group of immortal pals, then there's a good sitcom in there.
But yeah, they're actually working on certain things that not only like would extend life, but actually rejuvenate your life, so you actually could look and feel younger.
Yeah.
There was a documentary, well, pseudo documentary done a while ago. It was called like "Can You Live Forever?"
No, I think is the answer. You actually can't live forever. I'm pretty sure nobody in the history of living has lived forever.
Right. It was done as a documentary set like 1,000 years in the future, and Adam Savage was the host, where he was being interviewed as the first person to live to be 1,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes through like from this point in time to then what happened and what kind of breakthroughs in science were done to achieve that, and all the different things that they were talking about are all based on currently going on research and studies and science that they're doing right now. So
yeah, I mean, I guess it's potentially interesting. It's certainly not something I'm
I say at this point,
obsessed
like
with.
they have discovered like ways to, like, for example, like regrow brain cells, so like when you get older you could just not lose them, and they figured out ways to essentially refresh your blood so that, you know, it's completely rejuvenated with brand new red blood cells and white blood cells and
that's
a
fine.
whole bunch of stuff.
I would be happy to stay lucid until death. That seems like a good like a good thing. But, you know, yeah, I don't want to spend like the last 20 years of my life like not thinking straight.
Right.
So I'd appreciate that. But immortality,
Fuck it. That's what I say. Fuck it.
yeah, you'd just be like, wait, forever? Yeah, that's a long time. Gimme.
I can detach.
You can detach. Yes, you can kill yourself even when you're immortal. That's the catch.
No, I meant like I can detach from other
society. Just live in a cave somewhere.
Exactly.
Get all the new video games shipped to you.
See, my only reason I would like to like have that immortality is just to see the end of the universe, because I think that would be
my thing is has never been wanting to see the end of the universe. It is that I want to
I just want to see the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I don't want to miss out on like culture. I don't want to miss out on like cool movies and games and stuff. That is my primary. So like if somebody was like
3.
yeah, like I don't want to fucking miss that shit. So if somebody was like, okay, here's the deal. You get to live until this date, at which point we have judged that there will be no more culture that is relatable to you. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. And obviously that date would be 2024. Then I'll be over.
Alright.
Blissful quiet. Alright.
The world just goes silent after that.
Yep. But yeah, end of
What do
the
you think
universe.
happens when you die?
What do you think happens when you die? Well, I've spent a pretty good chunk of time not being alive, and I don't remember much of it, so I'm gonna say like that.
Oh boy.
That was more of a joking question anyway.
Hey, no, that's my answer.
No, that is a fair answer.
Like that, it's probably just gonna be whatever. You don't have the mental capacity to think about how you're not doing shit when you're dead. You're just dead, and then it's fine, whatever.
Then you come back as a tiger.
Then you come back as like a baby. Little baby. Named Evan Tognati. And everybody else forgets.
Round 2.
Round 2.
Oh, that'd be awful if you just kept living your life over and over again.
But you never knew it.
Never knew it, and you just
Kept
keep
making
living
the
the
same
life.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that wouldn't be that awful. That sounds okay.
No,
No,
for me it would be
no.
awful at least.
Right, but that's only awful with the perspective of, like, God. If you were just living it, it would just feel like any normal life. There's no...
No, I live a shitty life though, so I just don't want to live this again.
Right, but what I'm saying is that from the perspective of... This is a long boss battle. From the perspective of you, the participant, it would be no shittier than one life where that doesn't happen. I guess is what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
Like, intellectually it would be shittier, but from a perceptive
have
point
no
of view,
idea.
you would
so
not, yeah.
You can't know that it's an awful thing.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is I just know this life right now I'm living is awful.
Okay, so, yeah, that's not
So
great.
you would be on equally
Yes.
par levels of
If
hatred or anger. towards
So,
your life.
right now, if you were to die right now, and the thing that awaited you after death was nothing, or the thing that awaited you after death was repeating the life, it would be the same for you.
Yeah.
From a perception point of view. Because in either situation, even if we have this conversation, which I suppose we would in your next life, you wouldn't recall it, and therefore there would be no... It's all the same deal.
Right.
Purely for... Now, if
But
you
if
were...
I could choose...
Well, if you were choosing, sure, then you're fucking... you got a crisis on your hands.
No, I know what I would do. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Just...
Cut and run.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, at the point you're just repeating it over and over, and you don't, like, there's no... Like, what are you doing? You're not going to remember. The consciousness that's making that decision won't remember either way, so... What should I do? Attack the enemy's hull or the upper part of the enemy vessel?
Well, just think of it this way. Whichever choice you make, you're going to keep making for all eternity.
Ah! Hey, I made the right one.
You know what? That's a good movie plot right there. Except one person breaks from the norm, fucks up reality.
Yeah, you just wrote a bad sci-fi movie.
I just wrote the next Christopher Nolan film.
Yes. Movies are too long now.
Yeah. You mean like Interstellar?
Yeah, I hate to sound like a fucking grandpa again, but it used to be,
Oh
like,
boy.
like, let's say 4 years ago, that if I was looking at a list of movies and I didn't really want to see any of them, it was a lot easier for me to rationalize taking a chance on one of them. Because it was like, oh, it's like 90 minutes, whatever. I was thinking the other day, like, well, you know, I've been sort of disenchanted with Christopher Nolan's recent work, but maybe I'll give Interstellar a shot. And I looked, that movie's 2 hours and 50 minutes long. I'm not going to give that a shot.
Just walk out.
I don't want to walk out, though, because then I can't say anything about the movie. Cause,
No, you got to get your money's worth.
Okay, that's not the reason. Because that's...
Have we had that conversation on here?
What? The conversation of sunk cost? No, that's not a conversation we need to have. It's evident. And anybody who thinks they need to get their money's worth is fucking joking. Or kidding themselves. Either way, Interstellar, I feel like if I went to go see it, then I would want to have an opinion on it. And I do not think a fully formed opinion could be made from watching like the first 45 minutes of a movie. So I'd feel some responsibility to stay for the whole time. But then also, I have to commit to like... Well, this is a thing. This is a risk I'm gonna take now. Do I want to do this? And if Interstellar were 90 minutes long, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll take that risk. But it's double that. I'm not gonna do that. What am I, some kind of Superman?
Just walk out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. Didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. You don't like it? Get up and go.
Just walk out. But I need to get my money's worth. Ugh. My nose is bleeding.
I'm just gonna keep playing this game I hate because I really need to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to keep playing The Witcher 2. Speaking of games I hate.
Still have not played a single one of those. Have one
Don't-
and two.
Don't.
I have played about 9 hours of The Witcher 1. You should not play that game.
How do you feel about extreme misogyny that people overlook for God knows why?
Oh my.
But how do you feel about it, was the question. You love it, right?
Oh yeah.
You
All
love
Yeah,
it?
was
day,
that like an
every
oh
day.
my, like not good, or a George Takei oh my?
Well, I mean, if I have the choice of doing a George Takei oh my, I mean, I'm gonna do it just because I can.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know,
You
in
love,
this case, it's no.
you would love The Witcher.
Ah, that game's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Look at me do this, look at me do this!
I mean, the second one doesn't even have the collectible cards you get for having sex with a woman.
That's true, that is a pretty bad part of the first one.
The second one just has the most misogynistic line I've heard in like a very long time in games, where this woman's like, "No, I'm gonna go adventuring with you guys," and the one guy's like, "I guess it's that time of the month."
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's so bad.
No, I don't think you understand. There's this phenomena in culture where if there's, like, racism or misogyny in a high fantasy setting, nobody gives a shit.
It's because it was like that back then.
It was
is
because it
something.
was like that back then. You know, when there were
Right,
elves.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna ask, like, because I know damn near nothing about Witcher. I was actually
Yeah.
gonna ask, like, is there a time period it's supposed to take place in? But
No, I
if
mean...
it's just fantasy, then
Yeah, it's all
okay.
fantasy. That's the thing that really bothers me. And, like, then... Even then, it's sort of based on this principle of, like, oh, so you think that, like, in a historical setting, like, removing misogyny is less probable than there also being dragons or whatever.
Right,
Like,
right.
it's that, which is certainly a pessimistic view of societal relations.
Mhm.
Alright. I'm gonna beat this fucking Hydra, you guys. It's gonna
I
happen.
have full faith in you.
I've been sitting over here this
What kind of
whole
health is it at?
this whole
haven't
bleak
even-
conversation, chipping away at it.
This is a long battle. That
It
is for
is.
sure.
See,
A little past halfway. All right.
we're getting there. Making this happen. Looking forward to that save point, so I can drink some fluids and try not to die. Oh boy.
Oh man, feeling. That's how I've been feeling about like Evil Within and Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
It's like just waiting for that save point.
I need to play that Alien
Have you-
game.
I would say, have you guys played either of them?
No.
I have Alien Isolation. I just need to play it.
I
Okay.
have access to it. I also need to play it. Evil Within, I've heard some not so great things about, so I'm sort of...
I completely disagree with Clint.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
in that
I mean,
case...
I think all of his arguments are fair arguments to have.
I think all of his arguments, frankly, are bullshit. Here's why. Sure. I mean, I've read more positive things on the Evil Within too. It's possible that
Yeah.
I would.
I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I very much enjoy it. And I just think that I feel like his points are fair. In
Okay,
the
hold
way
on.
that
Let me
he
fill the rest of
approached-
this in. Let me fill the rest of this in. His points are
Okay.
fair, but he himself is full of garbage, hot garbage.
You guys are great friends.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. We have fun.
Yeah. But no, I'm liking it a lot, and
Oh.
it's very much. Someone actually said this to me, and I was like, "That's exactly right." It's basically like Resident Evil 4 meets Dark Souls. So it's got a lot of good challenge to it, and like really good like Resident Evil style gameplay. So I highly recommend it.
Clint got really mad at me on this most recent podcast we had on airnotfound.com, and
Yeah.
it was because I've been playing Sunset Overdrive, and I said, like, I prefaced this time and time again with whenever I would, like, come up, like, speak out about a complaint I had with Sunset Overdrive, in that I would say, it's just not what I want from that game, and I know it's the way I'm playing it,
Yeah.
like, but it's just not what I wanted from that game, and so I'm not enjoying it. And every time I said that, even though I would say that, he would get really mad and tell me that I'm playing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, what are you playing it wrong? Why?
Like,
That's
I-
not
I
a
just
sentence.
think
How are you
that-
playing it wrong?
Yeah, well, ugh.
I just think that the combat is pretty garbage in that you're not allowed to do any versatility with any ground stuff.
Right.
And he's like, well, no, it's based all around being in the air. I'm like, yes, I understand that, which is why I say, like, it's not for me. I just
Right.
wish it was on the ground.
You wish it
Right.
was on the ground. Okay.
And he said, well, you should just grind more. And I said, that's not... It's not the solution.
Yeah,
to the
that's
problem.
not a solution to a problem if you're like, I don't want to be grinding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen much of that game that
Yeah.
interests
See,
me personally.
The only like real like with Clint's not review of Evil Within,
Mhm.
the only thing that I really had like contention with is he had this really big problem with the auto aim system
Mhm.
because you can have it so that when monsters are at a certain distance and closing in on you, you can just hit the left trigger and it'll like auto aim to their head,
Yeah.
which at first I actually turned off, but
Yeah.
realized that I really needed it because they move all over the place, not just forward, left, right, all over, and so it's very hard to get a headshot on them. But I turned it on, and even when you do have it turned on, if you shoot like as they're like bobbing from right to left to switching to left, you will miss. Like
Yeah.
it's still not precise. It's not like an instant you're gonna shoot them.
Sure. Well, it's like a horror game. It's
There-
like you're being all shaky because you're scared.
Well,
or whatever.
it's not even that though. Like it is like if they're like running at you, and you happen to shoot as they're like lifting off their right leg, and their head goes from bobbing to the right to the left, you're gonna miss and shoot to the
Right.
right of them.
Right.
So it's like you still have to figure out where that region is of okay, now's the time to shoot. So and he was like, no, I waited for them to be standing still and shot, and it just went right through. I'm like, I really highly doubt that.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
Are
it's
there
all
are there
about
any
being able to-
other opinions of Clint's that we should shit talk before we
No, but
move
I can
on?
shit talk how Sunset Overdrive doesn't use the female pronoun even though you use a female character.
What?
It defaults to male no matter what kind of character you're
How
playing.
did what?
Interesting.
How could they do that?
I don't know. Because I think they thought they would get away with it because they don't call you by a specific pronoun a lot. But when they do, they always say he.
What? How?
Huh.
Here is what I am especially offended by. I am currently making a video game in which a character talks to the player, and I do not use gendered pronouns deliberately because I do not know the gender of the player. It's not
Right.
hard. God damn it.
Wow.
Fuck. I'm throwing it down. In that one aspect of game design, I cared more than Insomniac.
Error not found. Revision of Sunset Overdrive review. 1
Yeah.
out of 5.
Revision, 1 out of 5. That's ridiculous. Because if they give you the option, like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Ugh.
It's like they deliberately make this whole customization thing like very varied and awesome if you want to play female character because it's just using pretty much the same character design as the female or as the male character with like clothing and everything, which
Well,
is cool
no,
because
I
it's
actually,
not like
hang on, I hear that if you want to put women in your game, there's like a whole other batch of animations you need to use. It's a big deal, because there's like the ways
Oh yeah,
that
Ubisoft
women...
was all over. Like, oh man, it's too much to do.
Yeah, there's the way that women jump differently and run different. They need to run with like their arms sashaying from side to side because they're women, you know, stuff like that.
You know what? The most sad part of that is they put all that stuff different in for Sunset Overdrive. Like there are different animations, not in like in a fence way, like women are walking like more delicately or anything. It's just more specific to the different character models.
Mm.
But they couldn't just fucking switch the pronouns.
That's a big problem with those Final Fantasy 13 games, specifically Final Fantasy 13-2, is you play as Sarah the whole time, and she has the most like infuriatingly gendered run animation.
Is it like that kind of thing where like her hands are like up with
Her palms are like facing down, and they're
Yeah.
like
right,
like stretched out at the side and swaying back and forth. It's like, come on, you guys.
But you know what? No, it'll all be okay in Final Fantasy 15 when you can just take a road trip with your bros.
That trailer for Final Fantasy 15 got me way more interested in playing Final Fantasy 15 than anything I had seen before. because it seems like a significant chunk of the game is just you riding around in a car with people. It's just you like driving a car down a sort of modern-looking highway. As Final Fantasy has now like gone so far from itself that it's looped back around to something like interesting, like perversely interesting. It's like Final Fantasy 13 is as far as it can get from the center while still being bullshit, and now it's gone just a little bit farther. And you got me, Final Fantasy.
Lost orbit of one planet, started orbiting another.
Yep. Yeah, and it lost orbit of the touching JRPG planet, and now it's on the
Fuck it, planet.
road trip planet.
Sure, we'll go with that.
There are enough video games.
Final
about
Fantasy
road
turns
trips.
into like just a racing simulator.
Seriously, I mean, there are parts of that trailer where it just looks like it's GTA or something, like you're just driving a car. And it's like this.
Wow.
It's like a convertible with your party, and then you get out of the car and fight some monsters. What the fuck?
Yeah, I haven't seen that trailer, so
Also,
I think the
well,
last trailer for a video game I watched was the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer. So
That's right. They're making a second one of those games. That's interesting.
what are the differences? Have they announced any, or is it just like?
from the trailer, it's gonna be take place in a different. Well, it's a revised Freddy Fazbear's, and so the plot this time around is that the 4 original animatronics have been powered down and deactivated for like 20 years or something like that, or not 20 years, probably like 5 years or something. And there's a bunch of new animatronics that are in the game, and then you are obviously going to be the Night Watch again, and out of nowhere the old animatronics somehow get reactivated, and you're the same guard. So
What if at the end it turns out that you reactivated them because you were lonely?
yeah,
You were like,
there's a
"Oh,
really
that's all I
creepy
lived for."
fan theory going around that the original game is based off of this Chuck E. Cheese murder that happened in like 1992 or something.
Mhm. Or some animatronics up and murdered this dude.
Yeah, that's what happened. But no, it like the people who were murdered are all like there was 4 victims, and one person one person that obviously was the perpetrator, and like there's 4 animatronics, and the theory is that the guard is the murderer from that case, and it's a really weird theory, but he starts making the connections, and you're like, okay, I can actually kind of
Sure.
see this. But
Have you
but anyway,
ever-
so the second one.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
The theory going around right now, because there's no real concrete, evidence of what the game's going to be, is that these 4 new animatronics are going around trying to find the old animatronics to deactivate them, and the old animatronics are still trying to come after you.
Okay.
There are no doors this time around in the game, so instead of doors, you get a Freddy Fazbear helmet, or not helmet, mask to put on.
Mhm.
And the theory is that when the old animatronics come in, you have to put the mask on, because if you remember in the first one, they said if they see you without any kind of mask on, they'll think that you need to be put into one,
Mhm.
and that's how you got killed. So the idea is to put one on there when they come in. But
So
when
kinda
the new
fool
animatronics
them.
come in, since
Yeah.
they're looking to deactivate the old ones, you have to
Oh,
take the mask
okay.
off, because they'll think that you're an animatronic. So
That's
that's the fan theory. I don't know if that's actually going to be what the game's about or anything, but it
That'd
looks
be a
pretty good actually. I'm
that-
pretty excited.
Yeah, that would be a pretty clever contextual dynamic.
Yeah, I'm excited just because it looks like they are trying to change it, or he is trying to change it up a little bit, not
Yeah.
make it just the same game again. So
Right. Well, that's good. Have you guys ever read about Disneyland murders? Not murders,
No.
but like deaths.
no.
That's a rabbit hole. Because
Tell us.
because it's not something you hear about, because Disney's got a lot of money and they do not want you to know about
Right.
the people who've died at Disneyland. But the
right,
information's
right.
out there.
Right.
Dark stuff. Dark stuff.
One of the rides at Disney World just caught fire
Really?
recently.
Which one?
The new like Snow White minecart one they just put in Fantasyland.
I should probably at some point actually go to Disney World.
Instead of just shitting on it unapologetically.
Yeah, well, not instead of. I just need like real world ammunition for the shitting. Because look, it's a foregone conclusion that Disney World is worse than Disneyland. That, I mean, it's a bastardization at best. I just, I want to see it for myself.
All I'm saying is Epcot is the best.
Epcot
is pretty awesome.
Epcot is whatever. It is not a fucking cohesive artistic statement. Doesn't belong. Okay.
You just hate culture.
Yep, that's it. You nailed it.
I forget. It's been a while. Is Epcot the one that has the test track?
Yes.
That's really cool. I love the test track.
I got the fucking record high speed on the test track for a whole day.
Look,
Really?
this all sounds cool, but why is it in Disney World?
I don't know, because Disney had a
decided
lot
to.
of fucking money to burn.
Yeah.
Wanted to make some cash.
Yeah, Disneyland as a forgetting fucking California Adventure. Fuck that noise. California Adventure is like the worst. But Disneyland as a thing, there's nothing in it that does not belong. It is a perfect unit of culture, of creepy perfection.
I mean, Epcot puts the world in Disney World, though.
Yeah, but that's not. But it doesn't sound like. It sounds like there's Disneyland. That Disney World is like Disneyland plus Epcot.
And Animal Kingdom, and is it Hollywood Studios now?
Yeah, see, that's too much shit fucking with the vision. That's
No,
what
it's
I'm
great.
saying. No,
It's also good.
that's why I'm saying.
Actually, no. You know what? I could do without Animal Kingdom. Fuck Animal Kingdom.
It's the Disney World is the portal to Disneyland's portal.
Wow.
It's probably great. It's not Portal. Nothing is Portal. Nothing is Disneyland. God damn it. Okay. I need to beat this boss.
Yeah, you do.
I can't handle this. I've been doing this for so fucking long. Alright.
You got this. You're almost there.
I'm just gonna heal with everyone.
Okay.
Oh my god. You guys, I can't remember a time before I was fighting this boss. I know when it gets desperate, because the precise moment at which it gets desperate is when I start talking about Disneyland.
Well, we're probably gonna have another Disneyland conversation then.
Oh no.
The last ship battle is longer than this one,
Oh,
so
good. Oh good.
No,
yeah.
I hope it's as challenging. Because so far this has been...
It's about on the same level, yeah.
Okay. So far this has been, like, hard in length, but in, like, strategy it's actually been pretty bare bones, I think.
Yeah.
It's mainly
yeah.
just me guarding and then using the S-cannon, which... I mean, I guess now that I think of it, it's a pretty good strategy all around.
That's pretty much the overall strategy for any ship battle in this game.
Yeah. With that moon attack, it's basically my strategy for the normal battles now, too. I
Yeah.
can just turn into that goddamn moon.
I feel like with the Galcian fight and then from there some of the other final boss fights, that might not work, but
Okay.
we can give it a shot.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, trust me, I will be giving it a shot.
You're just like, oh, let's end it this turn. Fire, fire, fire.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll see.
We'll see. Oh,
Come
what's it
on.
gonna do?
Come on.
Oh,
God.
it's not gonna be
Oh,
enough.
God.
X cannons aren't gonna be enough.
I know.
You're gonna get close. Not this turn.
It's a
And if you
nightmare.
miss, then it's even worse.
Ah.
Don't. Yeah, say like, you don't want to get greedy.
Isn't there some fucking exhaust port on this thing that I could just shoot a pistol into and blow it up?
Yeah. You gotta focus, use the force.
Yep. No, I'm not saying we do that. I'm just saying I look down and line up the goddamn pistol.
Yep, got super close, but not quite.
Why do they have to go fast over the Death Star at that point? Like, once they get there, why couldn't he just stop moving and line it up?
He was being chased.
Yeah, he's still being chased.
Oh, yeah, but, like, they wouldn't know what to fucking do if he just stopped dead in his tracks. They just shoot past him.
They would probably shoot him.
No, see, I don't think they would, because I think at that point you're going so fast that if you just slammed on the brakes, they'd go really far, you could shoot them, and then you
Do
could
ships
fly.
work like that, where you could just slam on the brakes?
Well, it's
like
fake Star Wars ships.
I mean, I could use the same argument to debunk your side of this.
Well, I'm sure if you want to be a dick.
Well, I mean,
You want to be
already
a dick
know
and
what's
win
gonna
this
happen.
argument.
What I'm getting at here is I feel like there was probably a better way in the established fiction of the Star Wars universe and expanded universe to do that. That would have made it less improbable. Obviously, it doesn't matter, it all worked out, because it's a movie, it's a hero's journey, but come on. You just fucking do it again, basically. That's the dumbest part, is that they didn't figure it out. By the third movie, they still exploit a weakness and then just rush out and blow up the next one.
Yep.
People never talk about how, like, millions, maybe a billion people died on those things.
Oh, they don't care. Because it's fascism.
Look, when you kill millions of Nazis, that's a win-win.
Yeah, it is a win-win. It's fascism. This is what I'm saying. You can't sympathize with the Empire.
I think you can.
I don't know. I think a lot of those movies is based around the principle that they're just sort of generally unsympathetic and you shouldn't
No,
care.
because, like, Anakin's good.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I hadn't considered that.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, please. Oh, good God.
Do you have any more complete kits?
2. I'll
I'd
use
say
it.
go ahead and use one just in case. Just in case.
Come on.
I think you got it this turn, but
This guy's in
Just-
Arcadia. I've actually almost reached my limit of talking.
voice is starting to sound even more like a 60-year-old.
Oh, yes. Yes. It's over. I saw it. There wasn't anything left. Go. Yes. Were you just flying away?
Yeah, they're trying to retreat.
Okay.
Yay!
Let's fly directly into this save point first. Alright. Oh, I got a captain's stripe.
Good.
And a moon cannon.
Hey.
Are those better than X cannons?
They are, I think they're a little bit more powerful, but I would just, you have 2 X cannons and you have like 2 regular cannons,
Right.
just replace those with
Yeah.
moon cannons, so it's just X cannons and moon cannons.
What, by boarding their ship? Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I remember the very beginning of this game.
You do?
Yeah, when we boarded that ship, and then there was that part where Fina was in that room.
Yeah.
I sure fucking don't remember that.
That was a while ago. Where's the vice captain or whoever?
Yep.
I remember that.
Fell off the ship.
I remember down for the trout.
Yeah, down for the trout.
Trout.
His hair
Look, there's your
naturally
girlfriend
brown.
Owen, the third wheel.
Oh boy.
Now's not the time.
All right, so real
Ah,
quick before we
shut
save,
up.
real quick.
Shut up. We're done.
All right.
Unless it's very important.
Well, I think it's just a. You can see that Enrique's over there, just standing there. At this point, you can choose if you want to have Enrique, Drachma, or
Drachma.
Well, we'll have to cross
Or
this
Gilder
bridge
on your
when we
team.
come to it.
yeah. So
Uh,
you'll get
th-
the choice.
There's a
Thanks.
correct answer there, Evan.
We'll
There is a
have
correct
to
answer. It's not
cross-
Drachma.
We'll have to cross that bridge
It's
when
not
we come
fucking
to
Gilder, is it?
it. We will have to cross that bridge and burn it down when we come to it. This has been
Alright.
JRPG Historia Future Perfect deactivating.